So this is the Great Birdman. You got they're roaming in the desert, and Peebles is torturing mermaids, I guess, or being jerks to them at least. It's just turns out they're lonely. Ha ha! And they're supposed to look for this mysterious Birdman who they don't know if he's good or bad, and it turns out
he supposedly flies around pooping fire.
Yes, and they find him, and it turns out it's I forget his name.
Zergiak.
Yeah, Zergiak, the goblin that liked to spank people. But his eyes were taken away by a wizard when really they were just put in his beard. But he seems nicer, and he can manipulate sort of time and space to take other people's pain and give it to himself and exchange limbs and such. And he feeds birds with his nipples. That was pretty disturbing.
Best thing in this whole episode was watching this, knowing that scene coming up, watching Jory and Doug just being like, like, I can't do the disgusted look. Because when it cuts to Finn and Jake and they're just like, oh my god! That's pretty much exactly what Doug and
yeah, and you just see him
Jory
putting his shirt down. It's just like,
yeah.
So that was very funny.
Awesome. For me at least.
And so they're debating whether or not to tell him about his eyes because they knew he was evil, but they're convinced he's changed, so they finally tell him about it, give him back his eyes. We get a Shrimpy song sequence, and sure enough, he tries to return to his kingdom to take it back because with his eyes, he feels, he has strength again, and he wants to. He gets power, and he gets jealous, and he wants his power back, and he starts to abuse it, and the birds fly away because they see he's not the same person that, raised them, and he tells Finn to take his eyes and bury him. They just put it back in his beard, and he goes off into the distance to see if he can find peace, and he finds a girlfriend, a mermaid, and it stops. So, definitely some good laughs in it. Like I said, that nipple thing was hilarious. I really like Finn putting the eyes back in the beard, sort of like, I'll give you another chance sort of thing. I thought, sort of when he's ready to discover it or see it again, or maybe when the time comes again, like, he'll have that option again. I like that. Like, what?
I just thought, as he's an idiot, he'll never think they're actually here again.
Well,
That's how I took it. I never actually even thought about it that way, but yeah, okay.
I sort of see it that way, because, he's even like, I hope he finds peace, man. I hope he levels out and everything. The fact they took him out and said bury him anyway, sort of the sense of he really does feel something. So sort of a nice little tragic, story there that without his sight becomes more humble, but then when it's back, he goes right back to the douche he was. And he's aware of it, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, once he started spanking the bird, and, he looked at the bird, and the bird is like, what'd you do? Like, all, like, teary-eyed. He's like, oh, crap. I totally screwed up.
I'm really glad they went that direction, because when you see him go back to the kingdom, I'm already seeing, like, okay, I kind of see where it's going. They're going to give him back the eyes, he's going to turn back into a jerk again. Since I know it's coming, I'm sort of like, okay, can we speed along, whatever. So when they get to the kingdom, he does that to the birds, and the birds fly away. I like that. I like how quickly they wrap that up.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't spend too much time, like, trying to stop him or take him down, whatever. So, yeah, I like it. It's good. I get the feeling... I feel like I've seen this episode a few times where has the bad guy changed? Have they really changed their ways? And 9 out of 10, they never do. And that's kind of maybe because I've seen it so many times, it's a bit of a bore. But like I said, I like that he realizes it again, he takes his eyes out, and again, I like that Finn puts it back in the beard. And then just the throwaway ending. I found a girlfriend! Yay! It's, okay, whatever. So it's...
whatever.
I mean, and like I said, the nipple thing really had her jaws on the ground and laughing, so it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, that's about all I got on it.
My problem was, I liked it. It was okay. Such a good build-up. The Peebles joke. Oh, turns out they're just lonely. Ha ha! Which makes me think of Nelson from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So when she does
bizarrely mean even for her. Like she's always revealed to have kind of this dark side to her.
She's horrible.
She's always sort of had this dark side to her, and that just seemed like particularly mean-spirited.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh, honestly.
So they go from there, you know, them wandering, them meeting Zergiak again with the eyes. That was great. And then, of course, you know, because he walks up to the little birds and you expect him to go, bleh, you know, something along those lines, feeding birds. But then it's the nipple thing. But then, like, from there, it just kind of slowly loses steam. And you're right, like, you kind of see exactly where it's going. It's no real surprise. And, I mean, I don't know, I guess you're right with the whole... I've seen it a million times. You know, the whole, oh, has the evil guy reformed? And it's like, well, yeah, he was reformed. He was completely reformed. He was completely fine. Until Finn and Jake came along and screwed things up. Well, let's lead it all back to, you know, Peebles, though. Peebles did send them out, so it's Peebles' fault.
There you go. All your fault! The one thing I do really like, I do like the whole thing with the eyes and the beard. You know, that seems very much sort of like a traditional fable. You know, something where... I think there's a Kino's Journey where, like, she's telling a story about, you know, it's a made-up story, but she says how this tank is, you know, his master sent him to find the other tank that has, you know, that killed him, and it has 3 red stripes and, like, a drawing of a bull on it, or something like that, and... you know, asked Kino, have you seen this tank? And she says no, and he says, oh, then my search continues. And he turns around, she sees that tank had the 3 red stripes and the bull on it, so it's always a continuing journey that'll never end.
Thanks for ruining that story.
Well, no, that's like the opening of that story, to be fair. Like,
no,
okay,
the
Kino's Journey is like a million of those, okay?
No, when you say tank, like an actual tank?
An actual tank,
oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I advertised it before on my Facebook. You haven't seen Kino's Journey, go check it out. It's like the one anime I know that even a lot of anime buffs don't know. So it's like my one, okay?
That's one I haven't heard. I'm not a huge anime buff, but yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, no, it's really good. If you know, go check it out. But yeah, I sort of like those timeless stories of, you know, it's sort of the endless tragedy of something. And I do like how the eyes were always there, and it's sort of like, will he ever discover it, will he not? And I like he's sort of given the opportunity again, you know, sort of to maybe have this awakening. And maybe that was it. Maybe Finn and Jake were not supposed to tell him. He was supposed to discover for himself. Yeah, so I like that. Again, I really like that Finn puts it back in the beard.
No, I agree. I mean, obviously, I don't blame Finn or Jake or anything like that, but it's like, they just didn't put the damn eyes back and they said they were grapes. We'd all be fine.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see why, though. He seemed to have, you know, changed and switched around. But yeah, it was not... It's, in this story anyway, it did not seem like their place to do so.
Yeah. But then again, I do like that, you know, Finn was about to and Jake was like, no, we shouldn't say something. He's like, oh, come on, he's totally changed. So at least they weren't like, screw it, we'll just do it anyways, you know? Yeah,
well, it's a good dilemma, and it's, you know, fair enough. I like that, you know, there are some times where it's, and it's not very clear, but there are some times where it's like, you know, something you just gotta let a person be and not intervene. There's so many people that have such a hard time with that, you know, that I can't just let a person be, I always have to be there, I have to feel needed, and I have to save people, I have to, and there are definitely people like that, but there are instances where it's like, that will make it worse.
Yeah.
You know, but it's hard to say when. I mean, that's one of the hardest things about being a person, it's like, when do you just let a person be, and when do you intervene? You know, it's not easy, it's really hard. So I do like that about the episode, but yeah, I'm with you, it's the fact that you know exactly where it's gonna go and you're just sort of like, okay, let's sort of speed it up here a bit, but
also, one thing I forgot that I thought was great and so just like, why? He's talking to Peebles on the communicator and he's like, okay, bye, and he just hucks it.
Yeah, it's like, why does he throw it?
And she's like, bye! It's like, what the heck?
Maybe because she was underwater and he's like, God, that sounds nice right now, wish I could be underwater, so I don't know.
I want to step out for a quick second, let Jory say anything if she wants to. Because this is a Peebles hating episode, so make it fast.
Get ready for the hate comments.
It is her fault! She Yes!
You almost got people back with the Marshall Lee love, and now you're just gonna send it right back to the crapper.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't know how anybody could possibly defend that whole mermaid incident because that
I don't defend it. I think it's just funny. Like, it's like she's always so nice and princessy and stuff, and then she'll just have these really sick, demented moments. It's like, what the hell? Where did that come from?
I'm just saying, I told you all so. I told you. I told you. Right, Meow?
I'm not a people's lover. I'm not a hater. I'm just me. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Could you hear that head smacking from there? Jason let out a huge head smack.
I'd had to smack my head too.
Simon and Marcy, what the hell are we doing still talking? We're getting that episode. Bye!